The Houston Texans are going to head into Gillette Stadium, head into Foxborough. It's going to be a wild game. A lot of people are counting the Patriots out already, are saying that the Houston Texans are going to just roll, especially after what the Texans did to Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday Night Football. A thing that the Steelers never do lose. The Steelers never lose on Monday Night Football, but they never also win in the playoffs either, at least the last 7 times. So it was like an immovable force against a rock going against each other. The Houston Texans will now go against the Houston Texans will go against the Patriots in Foxborough. Drake, Maye. What do you think about that? What do you think about this one here? What is your initial vibes on this game?
Well, my initial vibes are Patriots going to win by 80, right? Like that's how my brain is wired to be run. But then I watched
vibes. Is it the same thing right now?
These are good vibes. Yeah, these are good vibes. But then I use my brain a little bit more, right? I kind of get out of caveman mode and start looking at what that Texans defense looks like. Oh man, that is going to be challenging. So really what this comes down to for me is if the Patriots can find any way to score, be it on defense, be it in the special teams game, be it on offense, they will win this game. I have very minimal confidence in the Texans offense right now. Their defense is just like, if you were to rank, let's say this, you have 100 points to give to the offense and the defense. They can both go to 100, but you only get 100 points for both sides of the ball, right? So like which is better? I would give 98 of the points to the defense. I have not been impressed with this offense as of late, especially. So can they turn it on? Absolutely. They definitely could. We'll see where Gonzo is at. Obviously, we don't know where as Nico, I think was the guy I'm thinking of, that we don't know really exactly where he's at with the concussion situation. Yes, he's questionable right now. So we'll see exactly how the matchup kind of falls. But as of right now, I am leaning, if the Patriots can score at all, they're moving on to conference championship weekend.
I thought I saw somewhere Nico Collins is already ruled out. I'm checking that right now. I do think he's already ruled out of the game. Even if he's not, I assume he's not going to be. Yeah. The fact that he's dealing with a concussion, even if he does play, I'm pretty sure
that was a nasty hit, though. Let's just be clear.
Yeah, it was nasty.
That was, I mean, and you feel bad for those players like that. Like that's just unavoidable. Couldn't get your hands up. It's tough.
The only good thing about the Houston's offense against the Steelers was Christian Kirk, though. It wasn't even really Nico Collins. Wasn't all the rest of them. Christian Kirk was outstanding in that game. The fumbles was just wild from CJ Stroud. If the Steelers offense had any pulse in that wild card game, the Houston Texans are not moving on. As wild as that score looked like to finish that game, if the Steelers had any pulse in that wild card game, the Houston Texans are not moving on because CJ Stroud was so terrible. 5 fumbles. Are you kidding me?
Gave them too many opportunities.
If Vrabel's defense can capitalize on any of those mistakes, because you have to assume that CJ Stroud's going to probably make a couple. Yeah, because you don't go from 5 to 0. That doesn't happen very often. It doesn't happen very often. I'm going to say that Vrabel finds a way to make him make mistakes. And to be completely honest, if you're going from a 5 turnover game in the postseason, that's all you're thinking about this week is how do I protect the football? That means that you're probably going to play a little bit more conservative. You're probably not going to take some big shots. And that is the perfect opportunity for the Patriots to strike, meaning they're aggressive. They blitz. They give CJ Stroud a reason to have the yips. We saw a few years ago, CJ Stroud was starting to get in that position where he's starting to have the yips. Where his offensive line was going to be in a question mark. Like, is he going to be the guy? Yeah, they made it to the playoffs, but like they limped in a few years ago, and they still were, obviously not the best team. Vrabel could totally capitalize on that. I'm leaning Patriots in this game. I think the Patriots win this football game, although if Drake Maye, there's one thing that they say about the Patriots this year. They haven't played anybody. And that's not their fault, but they say they haven't played anybody. Drake Maye, I think, only has 1 win against a winning team this year or something like that, something bizarre. I think it's 2 now with the playoffs. That's the only thing that I think is against the Patriots right now. Is like, okay, you're playing a good team in Houston, a very good defense, maybe the best defense you've played all year. Can Drake Maye prove that he deserves to be the MVP of the league? If so, I think the Patriots win handily.
Hey, quick timeout. If you haven't already, hit subscribe down below. We're live literally every morning during the week talking about the biggest stories in sports. So you hitting subscribe is completely free and helps us out more than you know. It's a win-win all around. All right, back to the clip. Yeah, the the defense is going to be the best they've played all year because I think whoever runs into Houston is playing the best defense they've played all year. I think Houston is that team. The other side of the coin that I just want to reintroduce to people really quickly is Drake Maye played his worst game, arguably, of the season in the first round against the Chargers as well. There was a lot of boneheaded, in my opinion. I guess I'm not a professional quarterback, but why are we still hanging on to that ball? Why are we still trying to throw that? Take the sack. They ended up being fumbles. A fair amount of them were recovered, which ended up being fine. But if they didn't go the Patriots' way, maybe that game ends differently. And so there is an element of that too on Drake Maye's side. Looking at the spread, currently I have it as Patriots -3, or 3.5, and about 68% of the money is on on New England to win the game, but 64% is on Houston to cover. So the public thinks this is going to be really close. I'm kind of in the same camp here. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think Houston's defense is unbelievable, and the Patriots are going to do what they can. They don't really have to do a whole lot against this Texans offense. So I expect a low-scoring, roughly, give or take. I know it's a 3-point, but 13-10 final, somewhere around there, kind of like what the first round was against the Chargers. I do expect the Patriots to move on. But the Texans are going to give them a good run for their money. And it could legitimately come down to who has the ball last. And can that quarterback, if they're down, make the 2-minute drive happen? Or if they're up, can they just get that first down they need to run the clock out?
Yeah, line right now is -3 to Patriots. And over-under is 41.5. So right now you would take Patriots at -3 and the under. That's what you're saying you take?
That's what I would lean. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm not against that at all. That's probably where I'd be leaning as well. I don't know. The over-under is something that I would kind of be against because I do think that Drake Maye is going to have a better game. I do think CJ Stroud has a better game too, but I do think at the end of the day, it's going to be turnovers that do hurt the Houston Texans because you don't go from 5-0. You don't. And I think if you have two, I think the Patriots capitalize a lot more than the Steelers did.
As much as I'm a Patriots fan and I am advocating for them, you don't you have what? I think he had 5 fumbles or something like that. I don't remember what it was. What did Drake Maye have last week that they won 3 of those? I think it was, or 2 of the 4 or something ridiculous. You don't, that's more luck than the actual fumbles is actually recovering them. So you can't assume it's going to go every bounce is going to go the Patriots way either. So while yes, the turnovers are glaring for Texas, or for the Texans, you can't ignore the fact that the Patriots just recovered a lot of theirs, and so it doesn't show up as ugly.
3 p.m. Eastern time. That's the ESPN ABC game. According to ESPN analytics, New England is a 51.7% favorite in this one. It's basically a coin flip. So I think we're getting to the point in the playoffs where you're not going to get these huge favorites. I think you're going to have basically coin flips because we're down to the final 4 in each part of the conference. And I think most of these teams are pretty evenly matched. You're going to get to the point where you're pinpointing, what is the things that really come into play? Is it the turnovers? Is it the fact that we've seen so many turnovers from CJ Stroud? Is it the fact that you can't trust the running game of like the Houstons? Like, is Marks going to be enough for you in this one? There's so many good running backs for New England with Henderson, and you hope that Stevenson can step up. The Nico Collins injury, there's just so many things at the end of the day. When I'm taking this team on each side, if I'm playing this on paper, because of course we know we play the game on paper, not grass, right?
Right.
I'd rather have New England's offense and defense on this football game. I would rather have Houston's defense, but I don't think the offense is good enough to make me want to take the Houston Texans to win this game. I'm taking New England to carry this one, and them being a 3-point favorite in this one doesn't change it at all for me. I think they win by at least 7 points in this one. I'm going to go, you said 13-10. I'm going to go a little higher here. I'm going to go 24-17. That's what I'm going to say for final game in this one.
I don't hate it. I'm excited to see it play out, but man, it could be a defensive battle. That's for sure. Hey, just wanted to thank you for watching the entire video. If you haven't already, consider hitting subscribe down below. It helps the channel grow and helps us bring better content to you guys every single day. We're live literally every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 Eastern talking about the biggest stories in sports. So if you haven't dropped by, you really should. We love interacting with chatters, hearing your guys' opinions. You could easily become a part of the show. So hit subscribe and tell a friend. I'll see you in the morning.